Hey guys, how's it going? It's Joy, and I'm back yet again with another video. I know I'm a little late on here for a Sunday. I know most of you guys are probably getting ready for bed or just chilling, maybe watching TV, maybe eating something. So just kind of random. So I actually, oh, well, for those of you that are just joining me, hello, my name is Joy, and I'm a narcissist abuse coach. If you're returning, how you doing? Hey. So I actually cook food too, you guys, and maybe I might have like a cooking channel, who knows? But I actually made a homemade pizza and it was like really, really good. It was a veggie pizza, but I put some green peppers, I put some spinach and some onions, and of course, the tomato sauce is already on there, but it was really, really good and it was from scratch, made the dough, all that stuff. So anyway, it is kind of random, but it was really good. That's what I ate before I got on here. But anyway, I hope y'all had some good dinner yourself. Delicate, hi, welcome. But yes, you guys, I hope that y'all had a good weekend, and I hope you guys have a good weekend to come. It's October. Happy October, everybody. So yeah, let's get into the topic. I wanted to talk about people pleasing for the narcissist or people in general. And I wanted to talk about this because I know a lot of us, we do fall into this trap, not necessarily with the narcissist, but people in our lives, whether it's friends, family members, romantic partners. And I mean, I've done this before. I'm 32, but back when I was younger, I would find myself trying to please people, impress people, make people like me and do things so it can like make me look like the nice girl or look like the favorable person. Not saying that I wasn't a good person, but maybe just go out of my way to impress people or make people look at me differently, but in a good way. But in the end, it didn't go in my favor. And you guys, please feel free to share your experience when it comes to people pleasing. Have you experienced that? Have you done that with the narcissist? Have you done it with other people? And how did it turn out? My experience, it didn't turn out good because, in the end, it's like I wasn't being myself. I wasn't being true to who I know myself to be. And I feel like at the end of the day, you would be more at peace with yourself and respect yourself more if you just be honest with yourself and honest with other people. And the thing about with narcissists is that they love creating people pleasers. Excuse me. They love empaths. They love maybe even introverted people or people that may have the characteristics of introvert and extrovert, and then you put it in the middle. I forgot what they call that. Is that the introvert or something like that? I know it sounds weird, but yeah. So it's something that we can get stuck in. And the thing about it is, though, like, if you have dealt with a narcissist, whether it's a family member, it's a romantic partner, maybe somebody at the job, they kind of make you into a people pleaser. They make you want to impress them. They make you want to be accepted by them, just because they put you on that pedestal in the beginning. You guys, let me know what you think. Do you agree with this, Delicate? Let me know. Or anybody else watching, let me know you guys' feedback. But, again, so in the beginning, they're love bombing you, making you feel like you can do no wrong, showing you off and giving you great compliments, building up your self-esteem, and, really making it seem like, you're everything to them, and then so that phase happens. So the love bombing stage and the grooming stage, right? And then it goes to the part where they start to devalue you. So, and this stage, it's like nothing you do is right. They're always criticizing you. They're always belittling you. They're abusing you, arguing with you, maybe being jealous of you, being putting you in competitions, triangulating you with other family members, and stonewalling you and giving you the silent treatment and giving you the cold shoulder, doing those sorts of things during the evaluation stage. And so a lot of us victims and survivors, we don't like that stage, nobody would like that stage. So if you're a normal human being, maybe you don't know that this person is a narcissist. So you start to go out of your way to please this person and to do things to be liked, to be accepted, to be approved, to go back to that love bombing stage. But once you deal with the narcissist, you understand that, yeah, they may love bomb you, they may devalue you, and then eventually they discard you, and that's usually when one of many things you may start to see through them. You don't believe any and everything that they say. You have your own mind, you think clearly, and so at this point in time, you're not pleasing the narcissist. You are more so concerned of pleasing yourself, which is what you want to get to that stage where you're no longer concerned if the narcissist approves of you. You're no longer concerned if the narcissist is happy, because at the end of the day, narcissists aren't happy. They don't want you to be happy. You know what I mean? And if they are pretending to be happy, it's just for show. It's not anything that's genuine. You guys know what I mean? So, yeah, I guess something that I could say, like how to stop people pleasing, I mentioned it, but start living for yourself. Start doing things because you want to do it and not because your abuser wants you to do it. Try to not look for approval in other people. Try to think for yourself. Try to find out what you like, the things that you enjoy doing. And how you can do that is by just trying new experiences, doing things, traveling, cooking, and painting, drawing, singing, writing, and speaking, and all those activities, right? Learning a new language, you know what I mean? But you have to try new stuff and do new things. But I know a lot of us victims and survivors, we don't do that because if we're dealing with an abusive person, or if we get out of the abusive relationship, we're probably 9 times out of 10 very frightful, fearful. That's what I meant to say. Fearful, feeling isolated, feeling alone, feeling like, you're by yourself, and feeling like you can't really share anything with anyone. A lot of times you're probably dealing with CPTSD, PTSD, and that kind of stuff. So you have to learn how to not please other people, but please yourself. Make yourself happy. What do you like? What do you enjoy? What makes you happy? That's really key. And if I was to give homework in this video, is find out what makes you happy. What do you enjoy? What are the things that make you feel fulfilled? You know what I mean? So, but yeah, I think myself, I definitely did get caught up in the stage where I was people pleasing for the narcissist, and actually was changing myself to make the narcissist happy. But deep down, I wasn't happy. Now, this actually happened with both my aunt and the male narc that I was dealing with. So in many cases, like when I was living with my aunt for those 5 years, really doing things that I thought maybe would make her happy. So for instance, like if she wanted me to go somewhere with her, maybe I didn't really want to go. Maybe I was feeling tired, or maybe, I just wasn't in the mood. I just wanted to be by myself. But, because there was maybe like a sense of obligation, a sense of guilt, a sense of fear. And so I would just say, yeah, but in the end, I really didn't want to do it. You know what I mean? And so in that moment, I was actually people pleasing, and it didn't do any good for me, because the narcissist was still going to do what they did regardless. They were still going to abuse me. They were still going to mistreat me. They were still going to, devalue me and give me the silent treatment and make me feel bad about myself. They were still going to do that regardless, So once you can have that understanding, have that understanding and knowing that the narcissist is not going to change, but us victims and survivors, we have to be the ones to change. You know what I mean? And so, and then on the flip side with the male narc, I just remember there'd be many times like, I would try to please him, like meaning, because this is so crazy. This is so long ago, back when I was talking to the male narc. This is back in 2010. And I remember sometimes we would try to figure out who would go and see who. And I remember one time, at the time I was living in Orange County. He was living all the way in North Hollywood. And I remember I was like, oh, did you want to come this way? And he was like, oh, well, it will be in your best interest if you came to me. And I was thinking like, okay, like, you know what I mean? So that was a little different. And then just, being involved with him, knowing that he already had a girlfriend, that he was just trying to use me as a side chick, so in that regards, I was people pleasing because I was thinking like, okay, well, if I stay with him, then he's going to dump his girlfriend and then he's going to be with me and he's going to be faithful to me. Like, no, like you can't do that. Like you have to understand when a person shows you who they are, you have to really trust and you have to believe them. And let me know, what do you guys think? Do y'all have that similar experience where y'all was people pleasing for the narcissist or people pleasing with other people in general? Like, did that work out for you guys? And how did that make you feel? Like, because for me, I think in the end, after, like, because I didn't know like I was people pleasing, but in the moment when I was doing it, I didn't feel good. Honestly, I didn't feel good about it. I felt like, well, why do I feel like I have to go with this person even though I didn't want to go? Or why do I have to do things that I know I really don't want to do, but I'm doing it anyway? You know what I mean? So, yeah, I would just say the solution is really get real with yourself, know your worth, know your value, know what you like, know what you don't like, know your boundaries, set boundaries with people, set boundaries with the narcissist for sure. You know what I mean? If you have that ability. If you don't have the ability to set boundaries, practice the gray rock method. You know what I mean? Keep your distance, have no emotions, no contact, don't give them anything. Don't give them happiness. Don't give them sadness. Don't give them an attitude, no, nothing. Starve the narcissist of it. Because what they want from us is the narcissistic supply. You know what I mean? And in the end, and for those of you that don't know, narcissists are trying to destroy you. They're trying to destroy your personality and everything about you because they're really jealous of you. Because the narcissists don't feel love. Only thing they feel is fear and anger. That's it. All those negative emotions, that's all they feel. That's the world that they live in. You know what I mean? And so when you're around them, you're picking up all that energy, and they're transmuting all that negative energy onto you, right? But if you can keep yourself safe, stay no contact or gray rock, or practice not reacting, because it is hard not to react to the narcissist. And myself, I didn't even realize, back when my aunt would say little things or do little things to get me upset, that was her narcissistic supply. Like the fact that, because this is before I even knew what I was dealing with, but when little things like she would say that upset me, and then maybe I was feeling down, or maybe I even started to cry for a bit, not not like a baby. But that would make her happy that she did that, and that's what they want. They don't want you to be happy. They want to ruin things for you. They want to destroy your life. And we don't deserve that. We don't deserve that. And so again, what I would say too, and this is something that I've been working through, is that you have to work on your self-esteem. You have to work on your confidence. You have to work on that inner child wound, any wounds that maybe you felt when you were a child. Maybe you felt neglected. Now, it can be difficult too when you have a narcissistic parent, a mother or a father or both or whatever. It's difficult because in a way you've normalized that behavior from your parents. And so it's hard to break away and maybe see a different perspective, because maybe how your parents have treated you, your narc parents, you feel like that's normal, and everybody else's parents treats their kids like that, and it's not right. You know what I mean? But what we find ourselves doing is, if we are children of narcissistic parents, we are constantly trying to please them and do things not because we want to do it, not at all. It's because we feel obligated, or we feel fear, or we feel like we just have to, we don't have a choice. And I'm here to tell you guys, you do have a choice. You deserve to be your own individual self. You know what I mean? And narcissistic parents or narcs in general, romantic relationships, they don't want to see you separate away from them. They like to keep you enmeshed, keep you attached to them, right? You are an extension of them. You're an object to your parent or an object to your romantic partner. They don't see any difference. You're not separate from them, but you have to separate yourself. And they don't want to allow you to think differently, to have your own mind. And they don't want you to have friends either. They don't want you to have romantic partners either, if this is the parent. But if this is a romantic partner, they don't want other people to be around you because they know they're abusing you, and any other normal person would know and would want to help you get away from that. But the narcissist wants to isolate their victims, right? And Original Insights Tarot Astrology. Hey, girl. Hell yes. Get it. Yes, indeed. Welcome. How are you doing today, Original Insights? And let me know, what do you guys think on this topic? Like, how have you guys been able to get away from people pleasing? Like, it's, and again, I totally get it, because we all want to be liked. Let's just be honest. We all want to be approved. We all want to be accepted. We all want to look like the good guy or the good girl. Nobody wants people not to like us or people not to look at us in a good way. But at the end of the day, it's not even about that. And this is, again, something like, you guys, I'm learning this stuff myself, you know, because if you're a normal human, you don't like it when people don't like you, in a sense, you know. And thank y'all for that, like, you know. And if you find out maybe that person doesn't like you for a particular reason, it may upset you. So you're going to start to do things to get people to like you. But when it becomes destructive is when you're putting your needs on the back burner for other people. And that should not happen. It should be an equal give and take. You know what I mean? And you shouldn't do things out of obligation. You should do things because you want to do it, not because you feel like you have to. You get me? So yeah. And then the Original Insights Tarot says, you are an amazing person. Thank you. I appreciate it. I love what you're doing. You know, what you're talking about, for real. When I was first going through a relationship with one, you were the one of the first people I found. Wow. Thank you. I really appreciate that. I really appreciate that. Original Insights, you said, into out there really helped me. I'm so happy it helped. I really am. And also, you guys too, just so you know, I do have many products and many services on my website. Check out my website. It's livenarcfree.com. I'm actually offering 50% on all of my services. So if you guys want to get any support or any advice or any coaching or any readings from me, you will get 50% off. You can go to my website. You can also email me to get more information. This is really just to help as many people as possible, because I understand dealing with narcissistic abuse, it's tough. I would not recommend doing it on your own. And I think for me, I probably would have healed a lot sooner if I would have had someone by my side, like a coach or a counselor, therapist, whatever. And I don't consider myself a therapist, and I don't consider myself a counselor, but I am a narcissist abuse coach, right? And I am that because I've dealt with narcissists since 2010. You know what I mean? So just to throw that out there. But yeah, I'm really, really happy that what I went through can help you guys, because I'm going to be real with you guys. Like, I was questioning God, because I am not religious, but I am very spiritual, and I love God to death. You know, and I'm very fearful of God, but that's literally the only person that I'm fearful of. But I just knew that it was a reason why I was going through what I was going through. I knew it wasn't in vain, you know, because at first I was thinking like, well, God, why did I have to go through all this? But I was like, no, there's a reason, you know. So, but yeah, that people pleasing thing is difficult to overcome. And I understand, because if you're like me, like I said, you're probably highly sensitive, empathic, but it's something that you have to work through. And it's an everyday thing. You have to, because you don't deserve to live a life like that. That type of life where you're just people pleasing, you're putting other people first all the time, you're going to be miserable. And that's going to be your life. That's going to be your life. And especially if you have been raised by a narcissist, or you're dating a narcissist, or you're married to one, you have kids, whatever the case is, in a sense, you're people pleasing, unless you know that they're a narcissist. If you don't know, then, you have some leeway. But once you find out, then you have to do what's best for you and your kids, your health, your safety. You have to protect yourself, because a narcissist is not going to protect you, and they're not going to protect your kids either. So yeah, I hope that this video was helpful, you guys. But yeah, work on your confidence, work on, your self-esteem, work on, setting boundaries with people and being yourself. Allow yourself to be who you are. Find out what you like, find out what you enjoy, and do things because you want to do it, not because somebody else wants you to do it. Have your own mind. Speak up for yourself. Be your own individual person. Because I know it's different, because a lot of us, we've been so enmeshed with the narcissists, and it's like they take our individual selves away from us. They take our identity away from us, and so they want to turn us into them. So don't allow them to do that. Be who you are. If you don't know who you are, just like I said, try new stuff and see things that you like and find out things that you don't like. But you have to try it, because if you don't try it, you're just going to be just like the narcissist, and you don't want to be like that. Or if you don't turn out like a narcissist, you're going to be a magnet for other abusive people, and that's going to be your life, and you don't deserve that. So original insights in tarot astrology said, what would I suggest for breaking the trauma bond? That's a good question. I did make a video on trauma bonding with a narcissist, but I would say get into therapy or get into counseling. And the other thing is, get into therapy and counseling with someone that understands trauma bonding, and even someone that understands narcissistic abuse. That would really be helpful. But you yourself, you have to do a lot of the inner work and understand the trauma bonding is I love you, I love you, I love you, I hate you type of relationship. Like, the person is bad for you, but you still want to have some sort of relationship with them, so that it's like you're trauma bonded to that person. So just get real with what you're dealing with. You're dealing with an abuser, a toxic, harmful person. And this person is never going to change. So because I feel like sometimes we don't want to accept that. We don't want to believe that. You know what I mean? Because it's so painful. It's so hurtful. But you have to realize, like, this is what it is. See the truth. See it for what it is, and then kind of work on your confidence, your self-esteem, and get with a good therapist or a counselor or a coach. It just really depends on what's best for you. But that's what I would recommend. So yeah, and original insights, you said after knowing they're a bad person, but part of you forgets or keeps wanting to believe they aren't as bad as they are, and they have showed you. Yeah, exactly. That's the also too is the cognitive dissonance as well. Work on that too with a therapist, a counselor, or a coach, and all that stuff. And read books too. Read books on PTSD, CPTSD, trauma bonding. That kind of stuff. Self-help, personal development, healing the soul. Some books I recommend if any of you guys want to check them out. A New Earth is really good. You Can Heal Your Life by Louise Hayes. The Four Agreements is really good. The Power of Now is amazing. What else? There's so many books that I read. Think and Grow Rich is really good. Rich Dad, Poor Dad is awesome. There's so many books. But yes, you got to do a lot of reading. So, and y'all can ask me more questions if y'all want, but I'm only going to be on here for a few more moments. But hi, Miss Rose. Hey, and thank you. I appreciate it. Yes, if you guys have any other questions, if you need advice, let me know. I would love to answer them for you. And hi, CJ. How you doing? And Miss Rose, you said narcs keep people on a roller coaster ride on purpose. Yes, they sure do. They don't want to get you off of that roller coaster. You have to be the one to get off that ride, because they're going to keep you on that roller coaster. Your emotions are going to be up and down, and that's going to be your life if you allow it, though. But if you get smart and you realize that this person is not going to change. I've been trying to people please. I've been doing everything for them and nothing is changing. So let me try something else. Let me live for me. Let me be happy and do stuff for me and not for the narcissist, right? Whether it's a parent or a romantic partner or even a boss, you know? So yeah. In Original Insights, Terrell, you said, what were the first two books? Ooh, what I think I said A New Earth and The Four Agreements, I think, but you might have to listen to the playback because I think I kind of forgot. But yeah, A New Earth, The Four Agreements. There were so many books that I read. I know there was another book called The Power of a Positive Mind. The Power of Now is awesome. I highly recommend getting it. There's also some other workbooks that I found. I'm actually going to be getting them myself, and I'll be leaving you guys a review. It's actually a workbook called CPTSD. I believe it's from Thriving it's either Surviving to Thriving, one of those. I have to let you guys know, but it's about CPTSD, which is really good because I'm sure a lot of people are probably dealing with that now, you know, and I'm not any different from that because we have been traumatized. Let's just be honest, you know, and we have to work through that, you know. And then also there's another good book that I'm planning on reading. It's called A Disease to Please. So highly recommend checking that out. I believe that's on Amazon. So check that out as well. And Original Insights, you said, and thank you. That sounds, yes, I'm happy that it's helpful, you guys. And hey, Miss Rose, hi. CJ, you said, stop validating them as well. You have to gray rock. Yes, gray rock narcissists, right? Like I said, because I understand for some of us, we can't get away from them. Whether it could be, like I said, it's a parent, it could be an in-law, a romantic partner, something like that, and we can't get away from them. And then, you know, let's say we're connected to them financially, we have assets with them, we have resources with them, we have contracts with them, and we can't just go that easily, you know. So you have to make a plan. And please, you guys, don't tell the narcissist what you're doing, please, because they're going to try to sabotage your plans to leave because they want to keep abusing you, you guys. They don't want to stop it, but you have to stop it, you know? So make out your plan. And in the meantime, just distance yourself, gray rock them. Don't give them anything. Starve the narcissist. Starve them of any narcissistic supply. Don't give it to them. Right? And Corn Pop, hello. Some guy named Joe tried to fight me at a pool a few years ago. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Original Insight, you said, oh yeah, I forgot I could go back. Yes, go ahead and watch that playback just in case if I missed anything with those books. And yeah, The Power of a Positive Mind sounds interesting. Yes, the positive thinking is amazing. Like, and I understand in a perfect world, if everything was positive, that would be awesome, right? But it's not a perfect world. So we have to reprogram our mind because there's this guy named Jake Ducey on YouTube. You guys, highly recommend checking him out. But he talks about that we're all hypnotized, which we are. But the thing about it is that most of us, unfortunately, because of how the world is, we have been hypnotized in a negative way, not in a way that's going to empower us, not in a way that's constructive, you know? So we have to reprogram our mind and have our minds think differently than of this world. It has to be programmed for abundance, success, prosperity, love, peace, and happiness. But that's not how the world is right now. But we have to do the work. You get it? So yeah. An Original Insight says, oh yes, you're welcome. I'm happy that I could do some recommendations for you. Original Insights. Like I said, I'm working just like all of you guys. I'm not perfect at all. But I'm definitely not where I used to be when I first left the narcissistic relationships. And Corn Pop, you said, if you're confident in yourself, you won't worry about people being narcissists, right? Just do you. Yeah, that's true. Yeah. But sometimes you don't know if a person is a narcissist. Like, you could have a parent that's a narcissist and you don't have any control over that, and you have to live with them, and they destroy your confidence unless you can say, well, I don't need you anymore. I'm supporting myself. I'm not dependent on you, and I'm moving on. But some people are not able to do that. So unfortunately, they're forced to stay there and put up with the abuse, which that was what I had done for 5 years. And then eventually, after that 5th year, I was out of there. And I didn't even realize that I was trying to get away. But in the end, that's what happened. So yeah. And CJ, you said mine is finally gone for good. That's awesome. Our last convo was about cutting people off without explanation. She tried to disguise, but I knew exactly what she was talking about. Just wondered what took so long. Yeah, that's different. Yeah, you never know. All narcissists are different, honestly. Sometimes it could take short amount of time. Sometimes it could be a long amount of time. You just really never know. But yeah, you never know. You never know. But narcissists are tricky. They're very tricky, very manipulative people, very cunning, very deceptive, very controlling. They want to control you. Because you are their target. You are a victim, and they're the abuser, right? And the abuser doesn't want their victim to get away because they like abusing you, right? And they don't want you to see through it. So you have to be smart enough to be like, wait, this is not normal, and that comes from loving yourself, right? Knowing your value, knowing your worth, So anyway, that's all I have, you guys. I hope that this was so helpful. If there are any other topics that you guys want me to make a video about, like a video like this, please let me know, and I would love to make it for you guys so that way we can all learn and we can all heal and grow and expand together, you guys. Miss Rosie says, yes, very manipulative. They are. So you have to be careful. And the covert ones are the worst because you don't know that they're a narcissist, and they're very good at blending in with normal people. So you have to be careful and pay attention to your intuition. Please pay attention. And so you said, okay. But anyway, you guys, I'm signing out. So anyway, I'll see y'all next Sunday. And like, as I said, if you guys would like any services or any coaching or any support, any advice, reach out to me. You can email me, visit my website, and I will give you 50% off for this entire month. As I said, it's just a way of giving back and helping and just helping people heal. You know what I mean? And if you guys know anybody else dealing with narcissists, have them reach out to me, and it'll help them, and we can all heal in the end. And what I'll do is, if you know anybody dealing with a narcissist and you tell me that you referred them to me, then I will give you a free session. All right, you guys. So yes, y'all take care. Bye, Miss Rose. Bye, CJ. Love you all. Internet hug. And I'll see y'all. Oh, I just saw 333 on the clock, so that's a good sign. All right. Bye, guys. Love you.